Hi! I almost fell. That would have been so embarrassing. Could you imagine if I would just fell in my bedroom at 12 a.m. when nobody's watching? Anyway.
My name is Ty, but you can call me baby girl. You can't deny it, I can come and rock your world. And if you know me, I ain't like them other girls. Got an uptown boogie, put a baby in a 12. My name is Ty, but you can call me baby girl. You can't deny it, I can come and rock your world. And if you know me, I ain't like them other girls. Got an uptown boogie, put a baby in a stop.
Yo, it's Tanya if you don't already know who I am, and today I am very excited to be posting a YouTube. Woo! I have been alone in my room for way too long, okay? Alright, tonight I have some topics I would like to discuss with all of you. And while I was there laying in my bed, I was like, you know what I should do? I should make a YouTube video about it, so that's exactly what I'm doing, okay? Great, now that we're all in agreement, let's get started with today's, whenever I post this video. Okay. So, what are we going to talk about? You might be wondering. Today we're going to talk about something that is kind of near, dear, and close to my heart for all the wrong reasons. Today we're going to talk about fanfiction. Now, if you do not agree with my opinions, that's totally okay, because we're all entitled to our own opinions. But specifically, if you do not agree with me, I don't care. It doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. Just thought I should put that out there. So, with that being said, let's talk. Yeah, fanfiction. What was that? Why did we all just collectively decide that that was okay? Because it wasn't. It was not okay. Now, if you're like me and you were super big on fanfiction, you know all about the most popular fanfiction sites. And my top 5, and pretty much everyone I know or knew's top 5 was WattPad, fanfiction.com, Quotev, Quote-V, AO3 or Archive of Our Own, and Tumblr. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was obsessed with fanfiction. Like, I love to read, okay? So of course, pairing reading with all of my favorite, actors, musicians, artists, anything, was just chef's kiss. You know what I mean? But I'm not making this to bash on any fan fiction writers, because I myself used to be a fan fiction writer when I was back in my glory days, back when I was young. I'm only 20 years old, so please ignore me. I'm talking about cringy fan fiction, like One Direction fan fiction, cringy fan fiction, you know what I mean? Sadly, I didn't get a movie deal, which is weird. Anyway, if you read fan fiction as a kid, you read it, you thought it was great, it made you all giggly and feel all good inside. And now, maybe as a teen or as a full-grown adult, you're looking back like, I was reading this for real? So the other day, I went on my WattPad account, and I have 7 WattPad accounts that date back to as early as 2010, okay? I have so many WattPad accounts because I keep recreating new ones, because, who remembers their password? You just be sitting there remembering their password. That's weird. For some strange reason, now I remember all of my passwords, even though it's dumb. Anyways, I went back on one of my little WattPad accounts, and it's probably the second one I've ever made. And I know this because I literally made it using my Facebook account, and I had a WattPad account before I had a Facebook account. Very sad, I know, please stop judging me. The stories start downloading, And I'm just like, this is the stuff young me was reading? Like, for realsies? And I mean, it was like hardcore stuff. Like, there was some M pregs in there. Okay, so M preg literally stands for male pregnancy. The first time I ever like read a story like that, I did not know that that's what it stood for. I didn't know what that meant. I thought it was like an acronym for something. Obviously, there was a shirtless dude on there, so you're obvious, you know, little you is like, I'm gonna click that. I remember reading a book like all the way through. It was only like 10 chapters, and like not knowing what MPreg stood for, and then just being like, why is Harry pregnant? That don't make no sense. Like, that's weird. Yeah, it wasn't long after when I started reading the summaries of the stories, because here's the thing. I just used to look at the cover and be like, that look interesting, and click it and then just start reading it. Like, I didn't read the summaries. I didn't go all up in there. I didn't get deep into that. I just read the story and all this bad writing. And I mean, like, bad writing. Like, it was really bad. I'm not even mad at younger me for reading it. No, I am. I'm mad at younger me for reading it. Why were you doing that? I'm more upset at the younger, whoever that was, for writing it. Because what in the world was that? Like, why? And it's weird because most fan fiction writers were like super young at the time and still are super young. Like, a lot of the fan fiction that you read, especially the smut ones. If you don't know what smut is, here's the definition. Oh. 9 times out of 10, it was written by someone who was like 10, 13 maybe. Someone who has probably never experienced half the stuff that they were writing about. Honestly, I could not read this stuff in front of my family. Like, I felt disgusting reading this at the dinner table, bro. Like, I'd be like at the dinner table like, huh? What? Oh, were you talking to me? No, I'm not reading anything. I was looking through my gallery. Yeah, it's a lot of interesting pictures in there. You, as a child, are put in this situation to imagine Harry Styles, who is several years older than you, doing all of this stuff to you, and you're like 11. Like, that's weird, okay? I don't know about anybody else, but that was so weird and such an uncomfortable situation for me. Like, I always felt weird reading it. Like, I would read it and just be like, periodically having to like look up from my phone and check my surroundings and like making sure that Harry Styles isn't hiding in my closet ready to reenact this in real life with me. Like, it's just, oh my gosh. Of course, you know, we're reading this. I'm reading this, obviously, as a child, you know, being a little rebellious. Like, ew, this is naughty. I'm going to read it because it's such a naughty little story. And then feeling like, wow, I see why my parents don't want me to read this. This kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Most of the time, a good fan fiction might have like 1 or 2 chapters kind of centered around that. But a lot of the times, the story was literally just that. It was like, do they actually have conversation? Like, how is your relationship thriving if this is all that you do? Like, they never ate or like went to the park. They never even went on a date. In fact, most of the time, it's like boy meets girl. Girl is a nerd. Boy is a bad boy. Boy slams books out of girl's hands. Girl gets upset, stands up to him. Now they're making out. And then it's just smut for all 57 chapters. Huh? Besides that, there were several other problems with fan fiction stories. Like, per example, they were full of so many unrealistic like scenarios and things that just would not happen the way that they were written. And I mean, like, duh, fan fiction, it's literally in the name. But I mean, It was honestly just so ridiculously written that it was so crazy.
I threw my messy brown hair into a bun. I opened my glowing blue orbs that reminded everyone of the ocean because they were so salty. I slammed my hand on my alarm, groaning. I can't believe I need to wake up this morning. It's so early. My mother came up the stairs, pounding at my door. Sharon, you need to wake up. I have something to tell you. I threw off my duvet, slinging my legs off to the side and propping myself up and bracing myself for whatever my mother had to tell me. I stand onto my feet, the cold floor sending shivers down my spine. I walk to the door. I open the doorknob. My mother is standing on the other side with a blank stare on her face. She looks me into my glowing blue electric eyes and she says, I've sold you to One Direction. They're downstairs. My heart is pounding. Did I really just hear what I think I heard? Did my mother just tell me that she sold me to One Direction? My vision is blurred. My mind is fuzzy. I am running down the steps, prepared to meet my new masters. And just then, I look up. I stare into his beautiful green blue eyes. I look at his curly brown locks that are just disheveled against his face. And I say, oh my gosh. Hello, love, Harry says, shuffling his fingers through his curly brown hair. We've come to take you back to England with us, where you will stay with us and we will all take turns. Wow!
Yeah, that got weird. That got weird real fast. Yeah, so that's all I have right off the tippity top of my dome for right now. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Click like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I'll do a part 2, possibly. Yeah, that's kind of it. I don't really have I ain't really got nothing else. But thanks for watching. Peace out.